Kevin Keatsman. Stick around. I'm coming up at 10 o'clock right after Pete Mundo on KCMO 95.7 FM.
8:33. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is that time of the week. Let's roll it.
It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM KCMO.
How dare you?
It is a Tirade Tuesday right here on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. You can stream us at KCMOTalkRadio.com if you are already at the office or on the iHeart, TuneIn, or KCMO Talk Radio apps. Let's start with Mark in Lenexa. Mark, let it rip, my man. What's your tirade?
All right, Pete. Nothing epitomizes the everyone gets a medal generation more than high-fiving and glad-handing after missed free throws. And a matter of fact, I think it ought to be a technical foul, and everyone ought to start yelling, shame, shame.
Oh, man. So you don't want high-fiving after missed free throws in basketball?
No, and they even run from half court to do it.
Oh, jeez. Did you pick up on that last night? Did that happen last night in the KU-Arizona game? Now, Arizona was terrible at the free throw line.
Yeah, KU was nailing them, though.
I know.
Like 17 out of 20. They went to the floor a lot more than Arizona did.
Yes, you're right. That's great, Mark. What a game. What a great tirade. The only thing that may have topped the game was that tirade by you. That was awesome.
All right, Pete. I love the show.
Thanks, man. I got invited to the game last night, like 4 hours before tip-off. A buddy of mine texted me, and he said, Pete, I got an extra ticket to KU, Arizona. I'm like, oh, man. But Kate's at the doctor with Chloe. Turns out she has pneumonia or has pneumonia, whatever. So she's at the doctor, and then the older one's got to practice last night. So I was like, oh, man, this is a long shot, but I got to ask. I mean, if it's Utah, I'm not asking. It's undefeated Arizona. I asked, sent the text, and listen, I knew I was swimming upstream on this one. And Mark's like, yeah. But, as John noted early this morning, you're better off asking, knowing that the answer is going to be like, hey, we can't make this work. And I knew the answer. Like, I knew it. It was totally fine. I'm not upset about it, but it's just one of those moments where you're like, man, wish I could have made that one work. What a scene it was last night at Allen Fieldhouse. That was unbelievable. No Darren Peterson, and they pull off the upset against number 1 Arizona. Just a tremendous game last night. All right, next up at a Tirade Tuesday, Paul in Kansas City. What's up, Paul? What's your tirade?
Hey, Pete, mine's Manny Arbach, the chairman of the Jackson County Legislature. I drove yesterday to the East Independence Courthouse to voice my opposition to that frivolous ordinance on the ice masking detention facility. So I go downstairs to the assembly area. There's the radicals with their signs, so I know I'm in the right spot. Sit my chair down. You got the county executive, his lawyer. You got 6 president. You got 2 remote, Sean Smith. And he tells me it's canceled. They're going to push it to 2 March. I'm like, why? He says, well, we don't have enough people here. No, you don't. I think something's amiss about that. But, I was very upset and that I show up there and he tells me it's canceled. Then I stay for the staff call. That is the most unprofessional performance I've ever seen. If that was done in the Army, that staff officer would have been relieved of duty the way they conducted that staff meeting.
That's well said. That is well said there, Paul.
Thank you, brother.
Nice job. Keep on them, though, man. Keep on them. Need people like you to do that. 913-4087-957 on a Tirade Tuesday. Libby and Waldo, go.
Pete, okay. I want to first say that I'm a very empathetic person. I'm not much into sympathy, but I am empathetic. So my tirade this week and last week, I'm really pissed off with President Trump. And the reason I am, not that I don't like my president, I do, but the reason I'm upset with him is that if any of us, like me or anybody, was to be experiencing what this famous journalist, wealthy journalist is encountering with her mom, we know, and I know, everybody knows that we would not get a call from our president, and we would not be told that the federal police and the local police are going to do everything they can to help. And I said, President Trump, I'm glad that you're humane like that, but that kind of behavior or treatment towards any ordinary American citizen would never happen.
All right, so preferential treatment for Savannah Guthrie is your tirade.
Because I think, now I might be wrong, but I believe it's because she's quite wealthy and quite well known.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they know each other, and that's the fine line. I mean, it's like anything else. If you know somebody, do you call them and express your empathy, or do you not call them because you couldn't call 300 million other people who might be in the same situation?
Yes, I get it. I totally get it. It's just that, I don't know, it just really rubbed me wrong. I hope that, I don't have good feelings about it, but I hope that they do find the woman. I really do.
I understand. So, listen,
thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Listen, I'm entitled to the opinion. I just think, do you not do something because you can't do it for everybody? Like, think about it from a charitable perspective. Do you not give a charity money because you can't give every charity money? Do you not call Savannah Guthrie if Trump knows her, and he obviously does, because, well, if someone else was in this situation in Idaho, he wouldn't know about it and couldn't call him? Listen, I don't know. I mean, that's totally fine. All good. It's not my job to tell Libby your tirade is wrong. It's just your tirade. It's your time of the week. Let's go to John in Independence. What's your tirade, John?
Pete, this city is filthy. I had to go down to Plaza, St. Luke's, to get some stuff done. And driving down that way, there's trash all over the place. Even trash in the trees hanging. And it's like, this place is filthy. And they're getting ready to have the big soccer matches coming up. I think the mayor, rather than spending time on MSNBC and whatever, he should be getting his people out there to get this city cleaned up.
Don't worry. It'll be cleaned up for about 6 weeks in the summer. It's all good.
And then it'll go right back the way it was.
Yeah, but, it's going to look good on TV. Don't worry there. That's how it goes. I empathize, to use Libby's word. I empathize with you on that one there. I understand it there, John. Thanks so much. Victor in Parkville, go. You're on KCMO. What's your tirade?
Yeah, my thing's also about the Nancy Guthrie coverage. It's nonstop. It's like every hour on Fox, we're getting this 15 to 20-minute dun-dun-dun news update from the same reporters and the same contributors telling us, hey, folks, we don't know squat. I get it. You want to cover it. I wish the people know ill. I hope she's found, and everything else is fine. But, until she's returned safely or her body is found otherwise, 5 minutes should cover it. You don't need to keep going over the same stuff.
Thank you, Victor. I'll tell you what, Kate was ticked off on Saturday when Jimmy Fallon wasn't on because they were doing extended coverage of Nancy Guthrie. And she was basically mimicking exactly what Victor was saying there, except with a few choice words mixed in, because we love Jimmy. He's hysterical on Saturday nights at 9 o'clock Central with his stand-up to open up his show on Fox News. And they were in special Nancy Guthrie coverage, wall-to-wall, where they got the guy with the I don't know if he's Australian or British, but he's got that little accent there. And he's standing in front of some trees in Tucson, Arizona, basically spending 2 hours nonstop telling us how there's nothing new. Now, that being said, I don't want to upset you, Victor, but I do have a guest coming up at 9:05, Tracy Walder, who is a national security contributor to News Nation. And I'm having her on to talk about the Nancy Guthrie case, but what I'm intrigued by is where this case is now on the 8th day. I'm not going wall-to-wall for 4 hours. I'm just using 7-8 minutes of a 4-hour show to hopefully give you some insight on this case that you're not going to get somewhere else. So I'm warning you, though, as well. All right, let's go to Olathe. That's where Jonathan is. Jonathan, good morning. What's your tirade?
Hey, good morning, Pete. First of all, what a wonderful wife you have to allow you to go to the KU game last night. I hope you had a good time.
Well, I didn't end up going, unfortunately. I just couldn't make it work, my man. There was no hey, you can't go. I just came to the correct conclusion on my own that last night was not the opportunity to take advantage of going to the game.
Well done. Well, another time. Well, Pete, calling about, concerned as an Olathe resident and Johnson County about the Chiefs coming our way. You've done some great reporting on the fact that financially this is not going to be a good deal for Johnson County or us in Olathe. So appreciate your reporting you've done on that, math-based and factual, number one. And then number two, I think not only are we getting a bad deal, but it seems like financially, but it seems like the woke NFL is coming our way. So I guess my tirade this morning, Pete, is to make a call for action. And that is I'm going to discontinue my YouTube subscription and other subscriptions to the NFL. I would encourage other people to do so as well. And we're taking a good look at Florida, my man. I'll take your comments off the air, but I think Capitol and those who like to be treated well go where they're treated best. Have a good one, Pete.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan. That's a great call. Listen, no one does it better than Ron DeSantis in Florida. No one. Everyone's like, oh, it's just because of the beaches. Stop. That state, when you actually read about its fiscal responsibility. Now, they have some issues when it comes to like homeowners insurance right now. That's their big problem down there because of the hurricanes. But all in all, that state is tremendously run. I couldn't live there. Listen, it's a nice place to visit. This is just me talking. I couldn't do it. I like the seasons. My folks lived in Florida for upwards of 10 years after I was out of school, so I would only visit. And nothing upset my father more than when I told him every street corner and every house looks the same. I'm sorry, it does. There is no character down there to a lot of these neighborhoods, and it just drives me nuts. It really does. But, hey, I love visiting, and I love their government, and I love their governor.
I went to Orlando, but I wasn't sure if that was one of those Sims mazes that the families live in, right? Pretty identical.
I know.
Suburbia, USA.
There's just not a lot of character, it seems like. And maybe I'm just going to the wrong places. I mean, West Palm has character, but you know what? Unless you got $20 million to drop on a home, you ain't living in Palm Beach or even West Palm at this point. All right, where are we going next, John? Give me a number here. All right, 4. Taylor in Kansas City, what's your tirade?
So my name is Kayla. But, so a very middle-school tirade, but, so just a little tirade in response to what that sweet little lady had said. I think Trump deserves a little more credit that he does reach out to average Americans. Of course, he can't reach out to everyone, but when our sweet youth have been harmed and murdered by terrible criminals, he has reached out and he's done for them. So let's just say that. So my tirade is that he does deserve a little more credit in that area. Also, I'm going to have an unpopular opinion here, I'm sure, but I just feel like there is something, I'm the only one saying it, but I think there's something a little not clean in the milk when it comes to Savannah Guthrie. I just feel like there's something a little disingenuous about when I watch her, listen to her, and I think I'm the only one who thinks that, but I think it needs to be noticed. I don't know. I think there's something just a little not clean in the milk there.
That's listen. You're entitled to it. I'm not going to lambast you over that, Kayla. I appreciate it. I will say this. There still are reports that maybe Savannah's brother-in-law could be part of something here. You still have that angle lingering. I don't know how legitimate it is. I don't. But with each passing day, I also think that this story is losing some of its momentum because there's nothing new. And that's problematic for investigators at the federal level and also the local level. But like I said, at the top of the hour, 9:05, Tracy Walters, a News Nation national security contributor, she's going to be on the show. She was on last week on, I think it was Wednesday. She did a great job really explaining how this investigation has worked and where it can go from here. So I want to get an update from that on her, not on the reporting side of this, but more so on the investigative side and what she thinks should be happening next and where this will go from here. Dave Traubert also coming up next hour with the Kansas Policy Institute right here on KCMO.